Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Prolegomena gaming stream. My name is Mike, and I'll be your host for the April 30th show. Today, we'll be entering some quick constructed events with a Capashen flash deck, the inspiration for which was pulled from an MTGO user, Gray, and his recent 5-0 League performance. His deck looks to leverage Raff Capashen's ability to cast historic spells at instant speed. Raff is blue and white, and staying in those colors, there are powerful spells that get even better when you can cast them on your opponent's end step. At an instant speed, History of Benalia is an army out of nowhere. Lyra Dawnbringer is a great beater to close out the game or to stabilize against aggro decks. And we can't forget about Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, who allows us to draw cards and untap mana for more shenanigans. Our interaction suite allows us to maintain parity until we flash in our heavy hitters and pull ahead with those heavy hitters. Let's see how the deck does in our first quick constructed event. Let's start out with a win, see what we get. We're on the play. We can have turn 2 Knight of Grace, turn 3 Unwind, and then work our way up to Teferi. Opponent looks to be a token deck, either vampires or just any kind of token. The vampires. Going to keep our 2-power first striker on defense. History of Benalia. We should have used Unwind there. I don't know why I was too aggressive with that. Yeah, we definitely should have played Unwind on the history. No reason to let it resolve when we have Unwind to use. So we're definitely starting off strong. Yep. Another sweeper would be great to help us offset our mistakes here. There we go. We can play Teferi and tuck something of our opponents, but Teferi dies. I think we have to wait out this history and then look to play Teferi next turn. Maybe find some sort of removal. We can sack our Memorial here. Another Benelish Marshal. Opponent has Adanto and Shefet Dunes. So they can Adanto end of our turn and then Shefet Dunes. We can field something, but we're still dead. We are not countering when we had the chance there. Started us off 0-1. Let's put that behind us though. Shake off the salt and just go for the 7-0 from here. It's mulligan. Probably don't need the second seal away. Drop a knight. Hexproof from black. Probably has some utility here. Might be another token opponent. See what our opponent's up to. It's like a repeat deck. Hopefully they don't drop a history. Queen's Commission, sure. Let's hit for 4. Then hold up Cast Out and our Raff. Dusk Legion is fine. Take 5, sure. Hold up. Cast Out again. Snag a Lord effect from them. We can get that with a cast out. We still gain 2. We'll gain 1 here. Get the cast out. Go down to 8. Opponent is stuck on mana. Let's see what they have. Lieutenant. Take 6. And we win. So we punted through that first game, but we get a pack here. Punted through that first game, but we're able to close out the second one for our first win. From the small sample size, it seems to be a lot of token decks. So we'll keep that in mind going forward. Up against Batch. See what they have. We go first again. Kind of need to hit lands here. If we hit our third land, we can always Supreme Will for 1. We have 2 2-mana plays. Opponent's thinking it over. They're still thinking it over. The sorcery speed opt. Search for Azcanta here would be pretty bad for us. Everything else is probably fine. I think we get some more pressure on the board and then hold up counters if we need to. One's probably stuck on color here. So in the turn, look to flash in our Raff Capashen. Another secrets. It's fine. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8. So our opponent could have Sweltering Suns here if they have another red mana. Hour of Devastation, but we have the counter here for the win. Sure. Just try to get a Lyra. Our opponent needs some more answers here. We might have the answer to their answer in Supreme Will. Or we could dig for another threat if we have to. Opponent is definitely removal heavy. Enigma Drake. Sure. Counter that one. Exile everything. And then we just win here. We tuck the Drake.
I'm known for my
And attack for 4. So we've lost our first one, played that game badly, but we've gone 2-0 since then. If we get up to 4 wins, we get our entry fee back. That's always the bar to go after. Being able to play again. We go first again, which is great. We have turn 2 Essence Scatter, turn 3 History, if we can find the mana. So let's keep. We can cycle Cast Out. End of their turn, turn 2, if we need to. Looking for lands. We have turn 3 History. They don't have any blue mana for counter magic. These have Vigilance, so the 1 and a white enchantment. It's going to be hard. Against black, our Knight of Graces will be great. Let's just drop another History. No attack. They could double block. I don't really want to trade 2 tokens for one of these. Another History. Takes 12. We drop another History. Our second History will be ultimating next turn, and then turn after that, our third history will ultimate. But our opponent could have some pump effects here. Another Call to the Feast. Sure. Attack. Opponent's trading off their board, and we lose a token, which seems fine. I think that's 4 on that one. So there's 2 tokens as it is. Yep. I'm going to hold up Essence Scatter in case they drop something. We can deal with that. We have another history set to go off. Champion of Dusk. They don't get to draw a card. And then we ultimate and swing in for 1 billion. It's the 3rd token deck. We're 3-1. We get at least 3 uncommons and 400 gold. But we're looking to take down the whole event. Can't just be satisfied to break even. Will this be our 4th token opponent? Will mono red show up? Hopefully it's a tough keep. Probably a bad keep here. We can turn 3 history, turn 4 have settle up. Turn 5 maybe Teferi. Sure. They just drew that for the turn. Definitely going to need some blue mana. Right on time. So let's drop the history. They attack in for 4 at least. And then we can settle next turn. Okay. No blocks. We go down to 12. We get another knight. Just see how they attack. braid on one of our knights. We're playing around Settle. After you do something, they might have Lightning Strike. It's going somewhere eventually. Just take 2 here. Then we're priced into holding up Settle here. Next turn we can Settle plus Knight of Grace. Sure. Then we can tuck the Phoenix with Teferi. Or draw a card. Hope to hit something. That's annoying. But it doesn't affect Planeswalkers. So we can drop Teferi. Plus, see what we hit. Or use it to put the Phoenix third from the top and then take 3. At least 3. Go down to 7. Can draw 2 with Hieroglyphic.
I am not going to sit this one out. Hold that thought.
It's pretty brutal there. We take 7. Sure. Cycle this, looking for cast down, the white enchantment. Don't find it. The 2-mana Virgin. It's fine.
I really should have seen that coming.
So we can block the Mentor, unless they get rid of it, and we have cast out for the Phoenix. We could take 2 here. If the Mentor's able to get through. See what they have. A Kenra. Sure. So we can pop a Memorial. Get rid of the Mentor. So we'll take 2 from it. Please swap. Seal away is great. So we just pass here. We have cast out and seal away. Hopefully they don't have 2 lightning strikes. Now we can Supreme Will this. No. To let it resolve and then use cast out so it doesn't get to attack. And then we seal away the Rekindling Phoenix. Another Teferi. We do have Scavenger Grounds for this Kenra, so it can't come back. Have at least Supreme Will up.
Sorry I'm late. Keep up the pace.
When Teferi untaps 2 of our lands. We can cycle the farmland if we need to. Just use the Supreme Will, find something. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Syncopate's not horrible. Another seal away. Pretty much exactly what we need. Let's draw another card.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Another seal away. So we should cycle here because our lands will untap with Teferi. Search. I think we have to wait for that for next turn. So we can have this Syncopate up against a Lightning Strike. We need to. Okay. Cast out.
Let's skip to the good part.
History. It's history or search better. Let's try search. Then play history next turn. One has 3 cards in hand. One's an Earthshaker Kenra. It's fine. Resolves. Land, draw another card.
We need to move quickly.
Lyra. Do we feel safe enough to play the Lyra here? Our opponent has 2 cards in hand. Apparently he's had enough of it. If they could have strung together some lightning strikes, or at least dropping a Hazret, that would have been bad for us, but As it is, we had 4 in a row. So we're up to the 500 gold that we paid for the first place. We need 3 wins before we get 2 losses. So we played against a mono red deck, a blue red deck, and then some white black token decks. Lord of Cinder, probably going to be a red deck. Just if you can judge decks by their wielder's username. We have turn to search or seal away into a counter and card draw. So this is great. Merfolk, Dinos. We should have no problem with turn 2 search. And then hold up counters and interaction. Sounds pretty good. Take some more. Seal away, a great addition from Dominaria. Cycling to shake the foundations. Needletooth Raptor. It's not really great against us. Settle. Settle is great against hexproof dinosaurs. And we can draw 2 with Hieroglyphic Illumination. End of turn. We need to. We're not really anywhere close to flipping the search, but Regisaur. Sure. Take 2. Syncopate. It's also good. Another Regisaur. We just syncopated for 1. And then we can seal away the other Regisaur when it attacks. Another seal away. Knight of Grace. Then we just look to use our illumination here. Still don't care about the Needletooth Raptor. There's our Raff. History of Benalia. Probably fine. Just hold up Settle here. Ranging Raptors. Getting all the lands we can. So we can do Raff into history on end step. Let's try that. We can take 2 here, that's fine. Opponent might have some lightning strikes in their deck. Verdant Sun's Avatar. Gains good life. Another history. It's great. We can drop it at instant speed. So no use to do it now. We have Unwind up in case they try to Savage Stomp something. There's the Savage Stomp. Counter this. We might use this Field of Ruin to try to put another card in our graveyard for the Search for Azcanta. The Avatar here will die through 1 piece of removal. If they drop another dinosaur, it's kind of hard to push through all that life gain. We're making tons of tokens here, so we don't really need too many. Puncturing Blow, that's fine. Put in the graveyard. Cast out. We have Azcanta activation. Let's see if our opponent attacks. Sure. Syncopate. We cast out here. Can hit for 12 next turn. So we have Syncopate for anything big, Raff to flash in end of turn if our board gets swept. Let's see what they have. Carnage Tyrant, sure. And, there we go. So we're up to 5-1. Going to take a quick break here. Going to restart the client. Go to bathroom, get another drink. I'll be right back. Okay. Going for the 6th win here. See what we can do. Up against Parsec. Looks great. So our first blue-black opponent. See how this goes. We have Essence Scatter, Cast Out up. Don't have anything for Search for Azcanta here until next turn. Question is if we try to jam a history here. I think the answer is no. Keep taking one from the Zealot. Sure. So we're looking to counter something into Teferi. Champion of Wits. Just Essence Scatter that. We have Cast Out for the Scarab God if they want to play it. Next turn. Sure. Let's play the history. But I might have negate. But Censor won't get us here. Then we can hold up Supreme Will and cycle activation on opponent's end step. So we get our knight. We're going to have Moment of Craving, sitting on a lot of cards. Cast down. That feels pretty bad on a token, especially when we get another one this turn. Another champion is fine. Scavenger Grounds is great against a opponent playing Champion of Wits. We can use it now. We just get one, which doesn't seem that great. Our opponent counters here. We can Teferi. Go with Essence Scatter. It's fine. If they have 1 mana interaction, I'll be pretty upset, but they don't.
I can no longer stand by and watch.
So let's draw a card.
We need to move quickly.
Lyra is also great. We have Seal Away and a Planeswalker. One is Chupacabra. It's fine. So I can get this Lyra to stick next turn. Get rid of a Champion of Wits. Another History. Start off drawing a card.
Keep up the pace.
Syncopate. Stick Lyra. Then hold up some counter magic. Some conditional counter magic. If they have another Chupacabra, we can Supreme Will it. Opponent needs a negate. I don't know what that does. Sure. I will eat your counterspell. Might have a Shame Concede. It's fine. Card.
Hold that thought.
Get rid of your graveyard so you can't bring back Champion of Wits. Get you down to 13. Vraska's Contempt. Say no to that. Opponent hasn't had enough. Our weekly rewards, we get another pack. So we started off playing horribly. Lost our first game, but we've won 6 in a row. Up to 2 rares and 1 uncommon. We have 2 losses to give, and we need 1 more win. This might have been a greedy keep. We can't play our turn 2 stuff unless we draw untap land. Our hand's full of powerful spells. It's fine. Take a Teferi or an Essence Scatter. Just drop a Knight. Play champion here. Another Lyra. So now we just need lands. Do you play Lyra or Teferi first? Opponent's likely to have some number of Essence Scatters in their deck. Probably more than they have Negate. So let's see how much mana they leave open. We have 2 Lyra, so you might just... We can just stay on the Knight beatdown plan. If we go Lyra, they counter with Essence Scatter, and they play Scare of God. We don't really have a good answer for that. So let's just pass, hold up our interaction. Opponent might have something like a Chupacabra, which this is Hexproof Flum, the ability. Question is to play Supreme Will here. Sure. It's not a common card. If we had a Raff out, having all these legendaries in hand would put a lot more pressure on our opponent to do it on their end step. The Champion of Wits might have been to get the Essence Scatter out of our hand, but we have backup counter magic. Go down to 14. Another Knight. Puts our opponent on a turn 2 clock. Cancel. Fine. We can play a Lyra, but they probably have an Essence Scatter. We can play Teferi. And they need like a Supreme Will, which is more likely. Do we need to play anything here? Let's go for Lyra. Maybe our opponent has like a Vraska's Contempt. They need 4 mana. Must have something in their hand. Hostage Taker. Sure. Let's drop it to Teferi. We have Syncopate for negate. Negate.
Trust me. You'll thank me later.
We tuck this, get our Lyra back.
Take it back.
Turn. We can also crack our Memorial, get some 1/1s. One can sack the if near Deadlands, targeting either of our creatures. For a consign. Then we discard them both. They go after Teferi. I mean, if they play the Oblivion
This
part.
is hardly my worst defeat.
Sure. Our opponent draws the cards. Hostage Shaker is one of them. But if they attack with the Obstructionist here and we find a removal spell, we can win the game. It does not. Let's just keep the activation up. Raff is great. Opt. Essence Scatter. draw a removal spell now. That is not a removal spell. We attack with everything. They have to block the knight, but they can let the soldiers go through. They go down to a 1. Doesn't really seem appealing. Our opponent has Ifnir Deadlands and a Hostage Taker. So these are going away regardless. Sure. Go down to 7. Search. See if it resolves. It does. So we might have a chance here. Opponent's not playing out the Hostage Taker to grab one of our threats. Scarab God. History. Nope. So we have Cast Out, Scavenging Grounds. Use this now. Yep. So does our opponent play around Settle the Wreckage? We can't use Azcanta, so look for one. We just have to cycle, hopefully hit one of our 2 copies. There we go. And then we must kill the Scarab God here, or we die to Fish. One has a cancel. They just have everything. So we either get the 7 and 2, or we get the 6 and 3. Let's see how our first quick constructed event goes for the day. Opponent goes first. need to get our lands. Sort of stompy deck. Cycle the cast out. Sure. So we need to get up to these settles. Branchwalker's fine. One gets another land. Take 3 here. Syncopate. Tap land is not great. We can play History of Benalia. Hold up Syncopate for next turn. If we don't get an untapped land. Glorybringer here would be a great send-off. Kill your Branchwalker. 2. Play another history. Block anything that we can. Go down to 10. Now we can go down to 10. We have these history coming off. Get another knight. Attacking for 8. Their opponent take it. Take part of it. As the turn, we have Syncopate, Unwind, Raff, Settle the Wreckage. So we have a lot of powerful spells. Our second history is pretty great. Let's unwind this. Get a free counterspell. Our Flash Wizard. Ultimate. Goes down to 5. We hold up Settle and Syncopate. Sure. Fine. Then we just Syncopate the blocker. Yep. Opponent didn't have anything, or what they had was not good enough. We went 7 and 2. Let's claim our prizes. 1,000 gold and 2 rares and 1 uncommon. We have 4 of this. Is this a mythic? So we get another History of Benalia. We already spent some of the mythic rare wild cards on it. So it kind of feels pretty rough there. We get Brass's Bounty. Tali, not exciting, except for maybe the Atali. That felt pretty good. Let's take a look. Let's open some packs first. We got 2 for the day. Uncommon wild card. A lot of repeats. We opened up, I think, 200 Dominaria packs. So we're going to get a lot of vault XP for that. into Tetiova, another Torgar. Maybe look to put a standard wizard deck together. We faced a lot of token stack in the beginning, some blue-black at the end. Is there anything that we want to change? Considering that. Not too sure. See if anything strikes us here. Four Stealaways is great. Gideon. Don't really have room. Binding is too slow. The Dusk. Interesting sweeper. Approach. Just another way to win the game. I don't know if we're set up for that. Negate, another search. I think it worked out pretty well. Not really sold on the memorials yet. Maybe we can keep an eye on those for the next time. Go quick constructed again. Put in some more gold. Flash Knights. See what happens. Liquid Sword. Interesting name. Looks great. Turn 2 Search. Turn 3 History. Or you could go turn 2 Knight. But against a white-blue opponent, want to get that search down if we can. Seal away against eternalized creatures. Great way to counter them. Another land. History. We can play a knight and hold up Seal Away. Cast out on the history. Sure. Unwind. I think we need for an anointed procession. Keeper. That's going to be a beating. Draw 2 cards. Lyra. Settle. All of these are great. So our opponent needs another cast out. Let's see if they have that. Anointed Procession would be a beating while we don't have Unwind up. Doesn't appear that they have it. Another land. I think it's fine for now. Our opponent could have Seal Away of their own. We can unwind that. Just unwind the settle that they have. So we have our own settle up. Angel of Sanctions. Lyra, I'm assuming. Sure. Then we have Steal Away for their Angel. Or Raff. Sounds pretty good. Champion of Wits. Sure. Essence Scatter. I can go in the graveyard. Another land. So I can play at instant speed history. Get rid of the champion. Just take 4. Just have to take 4. See what our opponent has. Play the Scavenger Ground. Now our opponent Can't really attack. I just eat all their stuff. We can attack for 1 billion next turn. Another rivulet. Have 5 cards in our graveyard. Our opponent cracking a rivulet. Vizier. An angel, I'm assuming, or Raff. They can eat a token if they want. It's fine. Teferi. See how they block. Seal away on a Knight of Grace, that's fine. We can Teferi plus. If they attack in with the
Right on schedule.
angels, we just seal away.
Let's skip to the good part.
Looks like 1 attack, 2 attack. So we seal away the one with the Lyra. Opponent saw where that was going. So starting off this one 1-0. Jump back into another game. There's a token deck of a different variety. We might be bugged here. Opponent finally joined the match. History into Teferi. Sounds pretty busted. Against the red deck. Probably going to be pretty good. But our first play will be on turn 3. It's not the greatest. Hopefully we can find a seal away. Play on turn 2. We don't find it, but we find something that's also great in the match, a Lyra. Crasher. We take 4, go down to 14. Syncopate would have been great for our turn 2 play. They have another Crasher. Spends a braid on a token. Let's get some more. Magma spray on one of the tokens. I will block Crasher. We get... They could have exerted there. If they wanted to. There's the Phoenix. As it stands, we get a token. We do play Teferi, and then have either Essence Get or Seal Away up.
Sorry I'm late. You know what? I'm not done yet.
We'll have to Field of Ruin those ruins coming up here. See if they attack in. They do. So let's seal away. Still at 9. Block and sack. Go down to 6.
No time for a break.
So we can Field of Ruin 1, Ruin. Field of Ruin both. I think better off Field of Ruin both, and we have seal away an Essence Scatter, and then drop a Lyra next turn. Let's see what our opponent has. Another land into nothing. They might be holding a lightning strike. So we tap out. Strike a card.
Hurry!
Magma Spray. And a Braid. That's great for us. Drop our Lyra. We tap 2 lands. And then we have Essence Scatter or Seal Away as needed. Essence Scatter. Then our opponent concedes, and we're going to make us wait a bit.
Let's skip to the good part.
They waited for it. Teferi activation. Two and 0. Feeling good. What are we up against this time? It's a mulligan. We only have 1 land. It's our second white source. Sure. Firebrand. We'll have Seal Away up into turn 4 cast out. Hopefully get Lyra down. Just a 1-2 right now. It's fine. Kind of want to seal away something here. And then we can cast out something the following turn. On-Crop Crasher is something great to seal away. And if we can get the Lyra to stick, we'll be looking pretty good. Kenra. Sure. Just using up all our mana as efficiently as possible. Get rid of the Kenra because it can internalize. Seal away is great. Let's drop the Lyra. They need 2 removal spells to deal with it. They're like a Magma Spray and a Braid. They're braiding us. Interesting. They have a Hazaret. Fine. Go down to 9. Back up to 14. Then play it to Teferi. It's still in combat.
Let's slow this. Hold that thought.
I just seal away now. We could have waited in case they draw another one on their turn, but if we wait, they throw cards at us. It's probably still better to wait, though. Because if they have another Hazaret, we can just attack Teferi. Yeah, so that was a misplay there. This get to Lava Runner, still a 1-2. Which feels pretty bad. They're attacking us, so we go down to 13, which is fine. Doesn't really matter.
Keep up the pace.
Another Lyra. So you could effectively give our Lyra Vigilance. But probably not worth it. Just going to use the Field of Ruin on the desert. Go up to 17. Our opponent lets us. They're still thinking it over. Feels pretty good. So we're like 3-0. Next win gets us a rare. And buy back in to another event. I like the foliage here on the Dominaria playing board. I think it's mulligan. Sure. Another mono red deck. So we have Essence Getter on their turn 3. And History on our turn 3. Which is probably fine. Take one from the deserts. Scatter the Crasher. Drop a History down. We just need more spells. Phoenix. Seal Away is great. So they attack in with Phoenix, we seal it away, and then we play a turn 5 Lyra against mono red when we're at 13. Feels pretty good. They play Hazret here. We seal away the Hazret. Let's get rid of you. Hopefully our opponent will block and sack the knights on our upcoming turn, so they don't. There's the Hazret. We have another Seal Away. So if opponent has a Lightning Strike or a Braid, they can combine 3 cards for our Lyra. And then we seal away the Hazret next turn. It's probably fine. No attacks. So let's see what they have. Warriorbringer. Sure. Now we need some more answers here. Unwind. Probably not going to do it. But use it while we can. And the Glorybringer can either eat something or just attack in for 4. Send in the Vigilance. Then we have to cycle into something here. Sure. Not going to do it. So we're at 3-1. It's just so fun playing against mono red, deck after deck. One goes first. Sure. Turn 2 search. Champion of Wits. Then we play the Plains and Pass, holding up Syncopate. Then we have Settle the Wreckage or Cast Out if we need to. Probably just take 5 here though. Strategic planning. Sure. Angel of Sanctions. Our opponent can use the Embalm ability to get back their Angel of Sanctions on the Seal Away. If they like getting back the Champion of Wits. They just play another Champion of Wits. It's fine. So we can Scavenger now to get rid of the Angel of Sanctions. And then take 3. Just block the cat here. Take 2. Down to 19. I'm sorry, 9. See what our opponent has. Binding on Seal Away. Sure. This might have been a bit too aggressive. If we let Champion of Weight survive, they could have just viziered it. Still gotten utility out of it. Worked out nicely there. Syncopate. Got a Raff. Is this good enough? Probably not. No. Opponent's drawing all the cards. That one was pretty rough. On 2 losses now. We need to get to our 4th win to get a rebuy. Slee stacks. We need to hit a land here. Opponent can definitely run over us if they play just about anything. Green-blue is interesting. Just green-blue jank, apparently. So let's take another quick break, and then we'll head into our 3rd quick constructed match. Be right back. That one was pretty rough. We went 7-2 on our first event, then 3-3 on our second. Let's see what we can do in the third event. Probably fine. We have Essence Scatter on turn 2. Opponent kept one lander. We have Essence Scatter and Seal Away up. Jade Light. Counter it. Down Benalia. Then on turn 4, we're going to have Search plus Seal Away. One has another Jade Light. Steel Leaf into Steel Leaf. Syncopate will be awesome. So let's just hold up mana for that. Do another Jade Light. Sure. One takes 12. Bonus is fine. We have Lyra if we need to. Or we have Seal Away, Carnage Tyrant. Sure. Yeah. That went pretty well. Opponent got stuck on mana there, but we were able to take advantage. We get a pack. We can open up that after the end of the match. So we're starting off 1-0. Feels good. Opponent goes first. Looks good again. Fine. Get down to search. We have Benalia for turn 3. Radiant Destiny. Let's get a knight. Another Radiant Destiny. Get another knight. And play the Memorial. Probably fine. We'll want to Field of Ruin, their Field of Ruin before we flip the search. We have Steal Away up. Call to the feast. Interesting. Sure. Lyra, see what they have. They have nothing. We'll go up a life here. It's fine. Binding on Lyra. Sure. History. So we can Field of Ruin the Shafet Dunes if we want to. The Field of Ruin. Crack this Memorial. Have Seal Away up. Have History up. Not sure. Seal Away, of course, doesn't do anything. So we need to hold on this Azcanta to look for Settle the Wreckage. We should have Azcanta there, of course. Response. Just a little tilted. We find a Syncopate. Feel pretty bad. Cast out. Doesn't keep us alive. We have to cast out Lieutenant here. Down to 1. Another Lyra. We're 1 and 1. Did we just play this person? We've definitely played them before. Definitely not a fan of rematches, especially if it's in a constructed event. Sure. This is our first opponent. Let's go. Get them to use the Brontodon. Then we can Raff for 2 seal away next turn. Ronus. Fine. Take 5. This needs power 4 greater, so we can attack. 2. How's it going, Heart of Iron? What do I think about Arena? Liking it so far. Yeah, definitely like the play pattern that it has. As opposed to something like MTGO, which not really a fan of. So if we seal away the Brontodon first, and then the Ronus, Let's try it like that. And they get rid of the history here. But we seal away the Ronus. And then don't block the Kenra because they can internalize it. Get in for 4. Yeah, I'm liking the arena so far. The events are a step up from what they had previously. And then looking forward to draft. When it comes out this weekend, I'll be playing a lot of that. See if they attack. We can trade off a knight. Knights aren't really getting in past the steel leaf. We just take it though. Drop our Raff. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Always like people hanging out. What time is it over there? Okay, the Glacial. Then we can bring in the Lyra. Maybe ambush the Steel Leaf. Carnage Tyrant. That's a beating. So let's eat the Steel Leaf. Gain 3. We have another Knight. So we get an 8, 9, 10. Opponent's had enough. I've been to Germany, not Italy though. Always wanted to go. So we're up to 2 wins, 1 loss. 2 more wins, we get the buy-in. So looking forward to that. Thank you for the follow. Heart, appreciate it. See what we have. Going for our 3rd win on our 3rd quick constructed event. We have 2 lands. Opponent does go first. We're on the draw. But we can't cycle the cast out. So I think that's a mulligan. Up to 1 land now. It's not a keepable 6 card hand. So let's go down to 5. And if we scry into a white source, this might be okay. So let's hope for something white here. It's your lunch break. Entertain me. Well, we're currently 2-1 or 3-1 in this quick constructed event. Here's our 3rd land. I think we have to take it. What's on the lunch menu? I had Chipotle for lunch. What about you, Friday? What are you having? Another blue. So we're up to Raff mana, but we don't have double white next turn for Benalia. The cockatrice shuffler. Let's see what our opponent has. It might be on the same deck. Since we can go 3, 4, 5, let's just play into counters, not really playing around anything. You might have to get some set entertainment elsewhere. That's okay. Just thanks for stopping by. Our history resolved. We get another island. So that looks to be just straight blue-white. Cast out the history, which is fine. And then put a stop on our opponent's end step. Try to get this Raff down. And if it gets countered, we just play Teferi.
Let us begin. The choices we make reveal who we are.
They can have the Essence Scatter. Won't be able to use it here. Combat. Put Karn down to 1. Drop our Teferi.
I know my responsibility.
Let's see what we hit.
I'm not done yet.
Another history would be pretty good for us. And then pass the turn. Opponent has Essence Scatter in hand. And Seal Away under Karn.
Good choice.
We give them a Plains. See what they have. Opponent could have a Seal Away of their own or Settle the Wreckage. So let's try to hit a counter with this.
No time for a break.
Lyra. So if our opponent does have Settle, we can drop a Lyra afterwards. If they do have Seal Away, we can still get rid of Karn unless they have 2 Seal Aways. So let's see what they have. Go to attacks. Seal away in the Raff, but Karn goes down. There's a trade we'll take every day. And then we play our land. Another history, because they have Essence Scatter mana up. We could have negate here. Cycling for negate. Don't find it. Still loving those saga animations. Pass the turn on tap our lands. Yeah, we could put the cast out. Teferi's -3, put target non-land permanent. If we want to really go aggro, we can do that. But drawing cards is like my default here, because we'll eventually hit something else like our third history. Go to attacks. see if opponent has a settle. Sealaways aren't really good against our deck. These are tokens down. Tap.
We need to move quickly.
So we can ultimate our first saga next turn, and then the following turn, the second one will go off. Our opponent thins their deck. Opponent plays the land, maybe for a quest, and then concedes. So we're up to 3 win, 1 loss. Our next event gets us the 500 buy-in. We've been playing a lot of tokens, either blue-white or blue-black. A lot of mono-red, and then some blue-black as well. We're up against a creature deck. This looks pretty good against control. It's gonna be slow. See what we have here. We haven't seen Merfolk at all in this. This is the third quick constructed event. We haven't seen Merfolk. Enrage. Interesting. Play our Knight. Why play Arena instead of MTGO? I think if you're playing, like let's say Standard, when it's Arena against full Standard, I don't see a reason to play MTGO other than you can buy and sell cards, but the act of playing Arena is much more rewarding for me. The sights, the sounds, that stuff matters. But second for 2. Now, if you like Modern, say, or Cube, definitely MTGO is gonna be the place for you. Drop History. Arena just feels better for, let's say, Standard than MTGO. Siege Warren. Another Drover. Where we get another History. We can drop a History here. Use our mana efficiently, attacking for 16 next turn. It'll be 4, 8, 16. And MTGO is not, I think, viewer friendly from my personal experience, and what I've gathered from other people is just not good to look at. Got our History Ultimate coming up next turn. Our opponent can trade off their real creatures for our token creatures, and we're probably okay with that. But sure. So they wipe everything. And then we have Essence Scatter up for anything that they play. That's a creature. That's a creature. Not hitting our land drops. Let's drop another Essence Scatter. Our third History. Probably would have wanted a land there, but a history is fine. Another Teferi is not fine. But our opponent needs like another Cannonade here, or we just win on our turn. This is Cannonade. Feels pretty bad. Yeah. There's the Cannonade. Tap land is fine. Yeah, that second Cannonade was definitely not the best. But we get to untap, play a Planeswalker onto open board. It's on Dinosaur. Draw a card.
This one out. Hurry!
Now we're hitting our land drops. And then we can seal away anything that they have with haste. And if not, we just win with our Planeswalker and we can drop a Lyra next turn. So we had 3 History of Benalia. They had 2 Cannonade. Looks like we might come out on top here. Draw a card first.
We need to move quickly.
There's our lands. So here's a 5/5 with lifelink. Opponent still has 3 cards in hand. Okay. Shake the Foundations. We're still at 20 life. Seachorn Ceratops, not a commonly played card. Opponent has an interesting deck. Sure. Definitely
Seen that coming.
Definitely not what I was expecting. But this is why we have the other Teferi.
I'm known for my excellent timing. No time for
Keep the Irrigated Farmland in hand so we can cycle it end of turn. See if our opponent has another Star of Extinction. Sure. Register Alpha. We can Supreme Will this. We still have our Planeswalker. So let's draw a card.
Let's skip to the good part.
Another Seal Away. This is a free cycle. To another one. One has all the mana. We have 3 Seal Aways, so we're just going to use one here. Get rid of the Huntmaster. And cycle. Get another land.
Hurry!
So we have our opponent on a 4-turn clock. Let's see if we can close out the game. You can always ultimate Teferi in 2 turns. Win the game that way. Another Star of Extinction.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
Good thing we keep drawing all these lands. And all these Teferis.
Hold that thought.
So this is our last Teferi. Kind of need him to survive. A human. I feel like we're winning this game, but our opponent keeps having something to say about it. Sure. Samut has Vigilance, but we have Cast Out. So that was nearly our last Teferi down.
Keep up the pace.
The search. It's good. We definitely have enough cards in our graveyard. 29 cards left in our deck. Let's try to find a win condition. Can do better. It's not bad.
I'm not done yet.
Untap search, which is a great interaction with Teferi. We'll probably just play Raff here, get some sort of power and toughness on the board. Forerunner. Let's see what they search up. Hopefully something we can deal with. But we can tuck Brontodon to use on the cast out, I'm assuming. Want to have a lightning strike, reckless rage, sure. For counterspell, syncopate, great.
Hurry!
Cast out, great. This costs 3, 4 to activate. So we'd have to syncopate for 8, something like that. Should have played Knight there. So our opponent has Thrashing Brontodon in their hand, which they can sacrifice to blow up or cast out, getting back their Samet. See if they go for it. They do not. Let's use Azcanta. Find nothing. Seal away the Forerunner. Turn. Settle. Another great card. We just need to finish off this game
We need to move
before we deck ourselves. Sure. So we syncopate for 8, attack for 2, another Forerunner. Sure. Should probably use this Azcanta for Essence Scatter. I didn't want to syncopate there and then have them just blow up our seal away. I want to get a Burning Sun's Avatar. Another Syncopate or a Settle. Syncopate. Raff. Draw a card.
Keep up the pace.
Did we Syncopate or Raff into History? And then they try to play their other one. And we Syncopate that. And then our opponent concedes out of frustration. 16 cards left in our deck. We can Ultimate Teferi this upcoming turn. Opponent is not playing it. Fine.
With each turn of the clock, your reality will crumble.
Will they finally play their Thrashing Brontodon? They do. So they sacrifice here. Sure. Cycle, draw a card, exile Samet, block the Knight of Grace on the Forerunner, and then win. Yeah, this game has been going on for, I think, way too long. So get rid of this. Our opponent's been fighting the good fight, but their time is over. Play instant speed History Benalia. And our opponents finally had enough. It went on so long, I don't know what our record is anymore. We're up to 4-1, so we got our 500 gold back. We get at least 1 rare and 2 uncommons. So we need to win 3 more games until before we lose 2 more matches. Opponent's thinking over their hand. They take a mulligan. Trade 1 Lyra Wells. Pretty good. Up. See you later, Heart. Draw 1. Steel Leaf Champion. Let's beat her. We can steal it away. Another Llanowar Elves. More stuff. Rushing Brontodon. Let's counter that so we could seal away the Steel Leaf Champion. Our opponent have interaction here. Six mana Carnage Tyrant. Sure. We have Settle, and we have Raff. Just settle the Tyrant. They have another color they can get. They're just mono green. They're attacking with the elves. We can ambush them. Ambush an elf. Fair is great.
This isn't
Draw a
a fight.
card. All we had to do was play Teferi. Feels pretty great. We're up to 5-1, I do believe. Up to 1 rare. Need to win 2 before we lose 2. Let's see if we can pull it out here. Up against Flying Poop. We're on the draw. We just need to hit lands as soon as possible. It's like a eternalized deck. So we'll cycle the cast out if we don't hit a land here. See what our opponent has. Another planning. So they'll be hitting their land drops. Can bring back a cat. Let's just play another knight. Pass the turn. Chart a course. Opponent has a lot of value going on. There's stuff in the graveyard that can be back. They might have a cast out or a binding for the Benalia. That's fine. We got a token out of it. That is pretty rough. Let's hold on to it in case they play a doubler, Anointed Procession. We can counter. Champion, fine. What? Caracal in the graveyard? Land. And then we have Raff to play on their end step. They can bring back any of the things in the graveyard. We're not really upset about that. But flash Raff into flash Teferi feels pretty good. 2. Question is, how much interaction does our opponent have for spells? If they have any negates or cancels, that'll be pretty bad. You can attack with the champion all day. Opponent has a lot of options. Let's see what they have. A cast out.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
No cast out.
No time for a break.
So let's get a free seal away here on the champion. Not attacking into opponent's seal away. Just grind out advantage with our Teferi. This might be a cast out. Or rivulet activation. Sure. They hit a procession, which feels pretty good. So we have Raff of the Flash Knights. There's a binding on Teferi. Sure. Let's get our Planeswalker back.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Our opponent's not eternalizing their stuff, which they're embalming and eternalizing, which gives away that they have some sort of interaction. Gain some life. Syncopate is great.
Hold that thought.
Here's the seal away. It's fine. We have Raff Overload. Internalize the Champion of Wits. One has 21 cards left in their deck. It's a legitimate question if they're going to be able to beat us before then. Sacred Cat is fine. Their eternalized creatures pump our knights up. Of course, want to keep that. Draw a card. Draw another card.
Let's skip to the good part.
Land. And tap 2 of our own lands, so Teferi doesn't tap our opponents. Pass the turn. Opponent probably has 1 or 2 more bindings on their deck, which could mess things up. This is another binding. That is a binding. We can unwind this. This is another binding. Anointed Procession. Say no to that. 2. We have 5 cards in the graveyard. Does their opponent attack here? That's enough value. I'll take all your stuff. If they just attacked with a few things, we would have sealed away perhaps the Caracal and then blocked with the Knights, but I'll definitely sweep their board. I can internalize a Knight here, or a Cat here, that's fine. And by internalize, I mean Balm. Essence Scatter. I think we can graveyard that. Transform our search. Draw a card. Draw another card. And then we have Teferi's Ultimate for next turn. Field of Ruin. Can our opponent mill us out? For a turn? Do not think so. Opponent has no cards in hand, so it's fine. Should have used Azcanta there and then untapped Azcanta with Teferi. Rushing ahead. Opponent embalms a lot of stuff here. They have 11 cards in their deck. Will we bring their life total down to 0? Or will we bring their library down to 0? Or will we die? That is also an option. Caracal. Should have used Azcanta there, of course. Lyra.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Opponents had enough. We're just going to play Protect the Planeswalker there until we could ultimate Teferi next turn. We are now at 6 wins to 1 loss. We have 2 rares coming to us. Let's see if we can get it up to 1,000 gold as well. So in our first quick constructed event, we went 7-2, I believe. The second one we went 3-3, and now we are currently 6-1. So this deck feels pretty competitive. Let's see what we have for our hopefully final game. Opponent goes first. Sure. We have plays starting on turn 2. We have our colors. Opponent mulligans. Probably don't have a lot of mana. Red mana if they're leading off with the ruins here. We can play Knight, turn 2. Seal away. 2 Ramunap Ruins. Sure. Knight of Grace, turn 2, and then turn 3 History against a red opponent who mulliganed. Sounds pretty good. We can have Magma Spray here. Then we History of Benalia next turn. You take at least 3. It's a very painful mana base. Your opponents dealt themselves as much damage as they've done to us. So we seal away, take 3, and then play Benalia. Hopefully these Ramunap Ruins don't kill us. does our opponent have? So we have to hold Raff here to get the Direfleet Daredevil. Go down to 6. Sack a desert. They can bring us down to 4. Azaret. Oh, that's so annoying. Sure. Attack with it, which opens them up to Are we dead here? Settle the Wreckage. Not going to do it. We're 6-2 now. Let's see if we can get that 7th win. Need to hit some land drops. good. One might be on approach. Our deck. Eternalize. Hopefully get down this history next turn. Definitely fine. We'll just plop down the history. I think they might have thought it was our end step. There's no reason to do this, during combat. With our history, we get another knight next turn. And then turn after, we can pump all our existing knights. They have 3 mana up, so they could have a seal away. Fine. They go down to 14. We'll try to flash in Raff on their turn. If they counter, we hit them for 8. Might be an approach deck with Memorial to Genius and Reproach here. So let's play Raff. Another approach. No, thank you. Sure. Still takes 7. We have some sort of counter magic up. They try to play a Lyra or a Teferi. See what they have. Search is fine. So our opponent needs something. We have an answer for something. So our chances are pretty good here. Our opponent did not have the thing. So our Raff flash deck went 7-2, 3-3, and 7-2. I'll take that any day of the week. Claim our prize is we not have the ability to claim our prizes? Really? Resume. Claim prizes. Here's our uncommon. Up to 7,000 gold. Here's our first rare. Hydra. 2,000 giant. Sure. Yeah. I think that'll do it for today. Thank you once again for watching the Prolegomena gaming stream with your host, myself, Mike. You can see us here most days of the week, starting at 3 p.m. Central. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, or follow, depending on how you're viewing this media. And you can follow on Twitch, of course, Twitter, or YouTube. See you next time, and thank you very much.